Today we're going to change the right front brake caliper on this truck. Whenever I hit the brakes, it pulls really hard to the left, and I've, flushed fluid out of the lines and everything like that, but this right front brake just is really delayed when you apply the brakes. So got a new caliper for it, and we'll put it on. First thing we're going to do is get this hubcap off here. Just got to pry it behind a little bit. Try to catch it so it doesn't get damaged. Then we got to get this cap off. A little bit of prying around the edges. And we'll get the wheel off. We got to take the cotter pin out. This nut, take it off. Usually this comes loose. You gotta grab the washer. Got a keyway on it there. Helps you line it back up. Also, the bearing's going to come out, so just keep that nice and clean. This is the guy we're going to replace today. So we got to take this line off the back of the caliper, and then there's these 3 bolts that we'll take off. So before we loosen this side, we have to come up to the top up here and loosen this connection so that this rubber hose can spin whenever we loosen it from the caliper. So we're just going to loosen those fittings so they can spin. And we've got this completely disconnected, so now as I rotate the wrench here, it's free to completely spin around up there. Just put that guy over here just so it's out of the way. Now we're going to release this spring. I've got a tool that's supposed to be able to release this, but I've never been able to get it to stay on there, so I just use the vice grip method. Got the old one out. Got the new one here, so just put the 3 bolts back in, and And we'll hook that spring back on. Okay, we got the spring back on, bolts on the back. Now we'll tighten this guy up right here, and then we'll tighten those. And then I'll just need my helper to push brakes and bleed this thing. Once we get the wheel on there, we can do a free spin test and set the gap. There's a spring-loaded offset washer here and here on the back. When I move this, you can see the caliper move in and out. So watch this time, I'll move it the other way. So you can see it moves a small amount that way. You can turn it this way and it moves back out. So we'll preset that so that it starts to grab a wheel, and then we back it off a little bit so it still free spins, and then we got the gap set. Got a new pin. Try to get the biggest one that'll fit is the approach I use. And we'll spin this around to get the long end out. So you can bring it around this way. And for the cap to go over there, this guy's got to be bent out of the way also. Now the cap should fit. Okay, and now we'll adjust that gap on the back side. So if I move this outbound, it'll push the brake outbound. You can see it stopped it right away and it's locked up there. So small adjustments all it takes. So right there we're free spinning, and if I move it back the other way just a hair, it'll break. So, and we'll check the other side here. See, it's dragging now, so we'll back it off just a hair. It's free spinning. So now we've got the gap set to minimum gapping, so it'll break quick.